Hey, what's up guys? It's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the Giant Skeleton Balloon deck reformed. We actually have Inferno Tower, which is much better against every single beatdown deck compared to Tesla. And the reason being is lightning is in the meta now and is prevalent in golem decks, it's prevalent in giant decks, and you need to end up having a building that's able to sustain a lightning hit. So the Inferno Tower does not die, it has a little bit of HP, it melts the golem still, and unfortunately guys, the Tesla just dies. So that's why Tehran subbed out the Tesla for the Inferno Tower. Check out this deck, it's newly innovated and crafted to fit the meta, and I'm sure you'll love it. So we got a game against Nick, we're going to sauce out a good luck here, and we're going to end up dropping a Goblin Gang in the back. So, Nick, what do you got, man, besides that new emote? Not really a new emote, it's been around for a while. Rogue Ghost is out here, it's been around. So this guy's going to end up going in for Archers and Tesla, so it's evidently going to be the 2.9 deck that we know and love. We love to play it, hate to play against it, is what we should say. And we know that Archers are going to be out of cycle, so what we want to do is we want to take advantage of that. He's going to have to Fireball. His Tesla's out of cycle, it's not actually going to be able to pull the balloon. And I think we could be able to get some damage if I go in for a Zap here on top of the Skeletons, keeping the Miner alive a little bit longer, and allowing the... Oh, come on, Balloon, get ahead. Let's go. So he even tried to hit it closer to the Tesla, so he's able to get that one juicy connection. But yeah, man, whenever you see the Tesla cycle defensively like that, postured offensively on the other side with the Expo, you can go opposite lane if you're able to just kill the Expo, and you're going to be fine. So he's not going to have anything for this. Let's just go for the Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower is dropped a little bit further back, if you guys notice that. It's not dropped right at the river. And the reason being is it takes a little bit longer for an Ice Spirit or Skeletons to get on top of the Inferno Tower if it's dropped as far back as possible while still being able to lock on to the Expo. So this is working out really well for us. I'm actually going to end up going for a Giant Skeleton in the back. I really advise you not to do this if their Expo is in cycle, because then they rush opposite and you lose the game. So you have to make sure that they don't have anything in cycle here. Another thing that I really like doing in this matchup is I love going in for balloons and zapping the Tesla. And the reason being is if I zap the Tesla, I get a little bit of damage on it. And the balloon gets one hit. Tesla dies. Just straight up dies. So that's all you need. So he's definitely going to end up having Ice Golem in cycle before it goes in for another Expo. There's no way he does it before that. I need to end up having Giant Skeleton in cycle. So we're going to go for a Goblin Gang here, and then we're just going to go for Giant Skeleton. He's going to log it. That's okay, though. They end up dropping Skeletons and Logs. It's already an even elixir trade, 3 for 3. I'm okay with it. And we're going to end up going for another Balloon. We're just trying to make sure that we apply aggression with this Balloon. I don't really care about breaking through, to be honest. He's dropping a lot of elixir. He's posturing his Tesla in a spot that doesn't matter. The Archers are just going to die to the Death Bomb. And when he goes in for his secondary placement, we're going to be fine, because we're going to end up having a Miner on the tower. He's going to end up having to go in for a... He's ended up having to go for Skeletons. We just shut it down here. And then we go in for a Giant Skeleton. It says the Miner is still alive. The Expo does not walk onto the tower. So that's what I really like doing. Is I love keeping that Miner alive, so when the Expo comes in, the Giant Skeleton will always still be back in cycle in time. Baby Dragons are out here. We're going to go in for a Miner of Justice. I think the Baby Dragon gets 2 belches, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay, we're going to end up going in for another Inferno Tower here, and then zapping. Zap should spell doom for him. So GG, well played, and peace out. Make sure you drop the Inferno Tower back as far as possible, because if you do, you'll be able to make sure that the Ice Spirit does not have an immediate trajectory right on top of it to reset it and change directions. So GG, and well played, Nick. It was a pleasure playing against you. Anton, what's up, man? We're going to end up going for a Zap. He's saucing out a good luck. Made a cordial, sir. We're going to bounce back with a good luck as well. We see Skeletons. It's going to be a fast cycle deck. Maybe it's going to be 2.9. Maybe it's going to be 2.6. We have yet to see. So we see Ice Golem. Still going to be one of those, most likely. And I actually want to end up going for a Miner here. He's going to have Miner of his own. Okay, maybe it's just going to be a Balloon cycle deck. Actually looking like that right now, after we see the Musketeer. So it's going to be Balloon versus Balloon. Who will win this matchup, guys? I'm assuming it's Balloon. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to NATO it to King Tower if I have to drop a Giant Skeleton here. So I won't have enough elixir to do exactly what I want. Depending on if he has Zap or not, and I don't know, I could have dropped the Inferno Tower. I just like activating King Tower early. It's okay. I was making excuses to not activate King Tower, but it's like, it's too good, man. King Tower is the wave. So what I want to do is I want to go for a Balloon, and then I go in for the Baby Dragon. I double drop it. So the Baby Dragon is targeting, or getting targeted first. I really want to keep this Giant Skeleton alive. Maybe we get some value from it. Maybe the Musketeer walks up into it. I'm hoping that it does. I think it does. And maybe the Giant Skeleton actually gets close enough to the tower Oh my gosh, let's go, guys. That's crazy. That amount of damage is what we're talking about. That's what I needed in life. My life is completely and utterly fulfilled, activating King Tower with the first balloon push, and just clobbering his tower. Ripping it to smithereens. And I think we're doing really well. I like it. I like it a lot. We're gonna end up going for a miner. Unfortunately, I think that Barbarian Barrel is going to get one hit on our tower. I think that the King Tower allows it to get one less. Miner's getting a ton of damage there, though. End up going for a Giant Skeleton. I know it's a little bit risky, but since double elixir is here, we should be okay. End up going for the Inferno Tower. The balloon should not bypass that. And I don't think he has Zap. I don't think he has Zap, honestly, guys. I was a little bit worried about it, but I don't think so. I'm thinking about the secondary time, it probably doesn't. As long as the Muskie dies, we're fine here. They end up dropping so much elixir, man. Oh, I should have tornadoed the Musketeer into it. It's okay. Live and learn, right? I'm gonna go Zap here. Then we're gonna end up going in for... I don't think I have to do anything. I think everything is fine. He's gonna go in for a very aggressive snowball. The Musketeer should die here. And it might get one hit. It's gonna get one hit on our tower. I'm fine with that. We need a Goblin Gang immediately. He's gonna end up going for balloon here. Notice how I'm cycling vigorously back to the Inferno Tower. Needling everything back. Dropping a Zap here, and we're fine. He doesn't even get a hit on the Inferno Tower. Let's go, guys. Dominance is asserted against Anton. A very good player, but I think we played that pretty well as well. Pleasure playing against you, Anton, and good luck in the rest of your grand challenge. I hope you win it, man. All right, so we got a game against AK. We're going to go sauce out the miner to kick off the game. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's popping. Going to get ready to Zap, depending on what he does. He drops a Lumberjack, so it's probably going to be Golem. Could also be a Balloon deck, or it could also be Pekka. So there's a lot of things he could do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leak a little bit of Elixir, then I'm going to immediately go and cast a Tornado here, so we can activate King Tower, and that's going to be a better transaction for us. I'd much rather activate King Tower early on against a Golem deck, and leak maybe, let's say, one Elixir for that, opposed to dropping a Giant Skeleton and getting counter push. I like this situation way more for us. I feel like if you're able to activate King Tower and only take one Lumberjack hit or take one Hog Rider hit at the start of the game, it's always going to be worth it, you know? Even if you're going to leak a little bit. So this guy's going to end up having Dark Prince, he's going to have Baby Dragon, and he's going to end up having a lot of cards that are indicative of a Golem deck. That Dark Prince should die here, so I'm okay with that. And I actually want to end up going for a Goblin Gang pretty far back, see what he wants to do. I really didn't want to drop it at the river in case he had Steel Ball, because then he would be able to hit Baby Dragon as well, and that'd be pretty bad for us. He went for the Barb Barrel, and now he doesn't have Barb Barrel in cycle. So this is good stuff for us, guys. Those Stab Goblins and Spear Goblins are putting in the work. So now I'm faced with the situation. Do I want to Zap this? And I feel like I want to Zap it, but I'm going to Zap when it's in range of my tower, so then my tower is able to have it slowed down a little bit. So I didn't Zap when it was here, like here. I Zapped when it was in range of my tower, so I was able to hit an extra time. So this guy is going to end up having Golem as expected after seeing the Lumberjack at the start. So we're going to end up going same lane. That's generally what you want to do. And then as you go in for the balloon, you just Tornado everything into the Giant Skeleton Bomb after counter pushing. So that's what I want to be focusing on. Generally, I want to keep the Giant Skeleton a little bit healthier. Unfortunately, it'll probably die to this Mega Minion here. But the Mega Minion will be out of cycle, and then he most certainly only ends up having a... What does he end up having? He ends up having a Dark Prince and then Baby Dragon probably. So let's see what he does. Anything he drops, I want to just NATO it right into the Death Bomb. Okay, well, unfortunately, he doesn't drop it too close to us. But we're still potentially going to get a hit with that. No, he has NATO as well. Okay. Well, we are at least going to, at minimal, get death damage there, but did not happen. So it looks like I'm going to be casting the Giant Skeleton in the back and just seeing what's popping. Obviously, the Electro Dragon is going to be out of cycle, and I won't have to deal with that, and that's probably one of the most fearsome things in this deck. I actually want to go opposite lane with Miner, just because going same lane into a Mega Minion doesn't really help me at all. And he's going to be cycling cards that are just going to go and die to the Giant Skeleton, so I'm very happy about this. So let's go in for the Inferno Tower, make sure that the Lumberjack dies by NATOing it backward, and now he's going to end up going in for the Electro Dragon. The Electro Dragon will be a nuisance, but it's going to be fine as long as the Electro Dragon does not connect to our tower. It's not hitting the Inferno Tower, so we're doing really well. And Baby Dragon should end up dying, unfortunately. We're going to end up going for a Giant Skeleton here. That's what I was talking about before. And as long as that Spear Goblin is able to kill that, we're doing really, really well. I'm actually going to go and cast a Baby Dragon, and then I'm going to go in for a Balloon. I want to get back to a Tornado. I don't even think that the Giant Skeleton is ever going to get to the tower. That's a reality. But if I'm able to use it for my offensive capabilities, as you just saw, obliterating the Mega Minion, then we're always going to get value. So I think we're doing pretty okay here. The Baby Dragon is still alive. I could have went in for a Miner Zap to keep the Baby Dragon alive. That would have been a 200 IQ play if I'd done that quick enough, but It's hard to react and know those things. That would have objectively been the best play possible, but yeah, it's a little bit risky making those huge assertions. When you already have matchup advantage, I feel like I'd rather play safe and steady and make sure that I have the game in the bag. Notice how I'm just ramping up a push here. He's probably going to go for a NATO, but my giant skeleton is going to die first, and I just NATO everything into that. Notice how I'm NATOing everything off at the side, so it's still going to get hit by the bomb and forcing him to NATO. Then we go in for a miner here. Baby Dragon should get hits. It's probably going to go Barb Barrel here. Goes in for the Dark Prince, not too scary, but we're always getting positive interactions here. If you guys have noticed, everything has been going our way. I actually have to go in for a zap here early, just so that it doesn't end up hitting our tower, because it might lock on the Giant Skeleton and then hit our tower. Because Dark Prince's range is so absurd now. So, I assume we're just going to go in for another Juicy NATO. We're just rinsing and repeating until this interaction goes our way. Baby Dragon's putting in work, really just waiting for the Giant Skeleton to die, make sure that the Lumberjack dies as well. I don't really care about the balloon, I care about everything else dying though, and the miner is gradually, slowly but steadily chipping away on our opponent's tower. So that's what we're working for. Gonna go in for another Giant Skeleton. We've accommodated our cycle to have the balloon always behind the Giant Skeleton. Notice how it's the second card, or it's the next card right after. So it's really, really important to have this card cycle. So we have our card order adjusted, we're getting positive interactions, we're going to eventually win this game. Slow and steady wins the race, no reason for me to get over aggressive or play too feisty here. And we do win the game with the Giant Skeleton bomb connecting. GG, well played, and peace out. As you guys can see, it's so easy playing against Golem. Easiest win, or one of the easiest matchups that you'll ever face. Even when they have Electro Dragon, Baby Dragon, Mega Minion, and Tornado, it's not a problem. So we're going to end up kicking off the game with a miner. We're going to see what's up. This guy's from the Always Online clan, so he's constantly playing, constantly grinding CR. He probably knows every secret in the book. We have to go for Giant Skeleton same lane here. Not a very good matchup if he's going to have Ram Rider, Snowball, and for the Inferno Tower and Lightning. So we see Pekka, we see minions. It's definitely going to be that Electro Wizard deck that we know and love and hate at the same time. You know, you guys know how it is. The deck that we see 24/7, 365 is back in action. That Spear Goblin should be able to kill the Pekka before a hit, so that's very cool. I actually want to activate King Tower here. I'm going to eat some damage. Didn't really feel like I had possibilities of doing anything else with my hand. If you looked at it, I just didn't even have Miner anywhere close, so that's what I had to do. Fortunately, we do activate King Tower early on against this Bridge Band Pekka deck, so I think it's pretty good for us. We can actually rely on the tower to kill the Barbarians here as well, so it gave us a little bit better of a defense that we would have not had otherwise, so we'll take that trade. We'll take that transaction. So the Pekka deck with minions, we really just want to make sure that we have Baby Dragon for the minions. Once the Electro Wizard is out of cycle, then we want to punish him pretty hard. So he's actually just going to keep spamming. That's good for us, because I can just go in for Goblin Gang, keep everything inside the bomb. If everything dies here, we're fine. He doesn't end up having minions, he doesn't end up having Electro Wizard in cycle, so he's only going to have Poison and Zap. Usually, that's all that they're going to have. Maybe he has another spicy card in here that I don't know, but we're going to try to punish him now. And obviously, this is going to be an issue because he's going to spam us opposite side. Not going to be the easiest thing for us to deal with. I'll try to go for the Inferno Tower here, and that should end up getting hit. The Barbarians are going to end up connecting. I hope that we have enough damage left for the Pekka. He's definitely going to zap this. He's going to go for the Tornado backwards so it doesn't kill it. Especially since he zaps, he's going to be down a lot of elixir. So then we can go for the Goblin Gang. If you can bait out the zap with the Inferno Tower, the Goblin Gang is so amazing against Pekka decks. We go for another Baby Dragon here on defense. And this is where it comes down to the gritty situations, boys. Like, you don't want to be playing against savages that just spam you. But you have to sometimes. Gonna go for the Goblin Gang. Notice how I dropped the Tornado. So then the Bandit had to walk towards us instead of actually charging. So I actually pulled it closer to my tower so it wasn't having the luxury charging on us. Unfortunately, that will end up connecting. There's nothing I can really do about it, but just play defensive with a zap. Drop my miner preemptively on defense, so when the Barbarians end up connecting, they don't lock onto my tower. Rather, they lock onto my miner instead. So it looks like we do walk away with a W. Just wait for my opponent to drop their counters in hand. And if he only ended up having the minions, I would have been fine, because I would have just used my Baby Dragon. Usually, if they go same lane with Pekka, you just Tornado all their units into the Giant Skeleton Bomb and